Hello, this is Rob Wilson with Meeting Evolution. Thank you for joining this webcast and learning about how Meeting Evolution provides business intelligence to manage events strategically. So during this webcast, we're going to talk about the sourcing application that Meeting Evolution has available. We're going to talk about creating an event, and just to make you aware, Meeting Evolution does manage the event approval process if that's necessary for your organization. How to create the RFP specifications, how Meeting Evolution confirms the sleeping room and meeting space assignments from the hotels, talk about negotiating the supplier contract and ultimately awarding the RFP. So when you create the event, some of the things that we have available for in Meeting Evolution is you can set your preferred dates, unlimited number of dates that you can search. Also have an event calendar available, helps to prevent overbooking. You can include your preferred locations that you're going to search, and then if you can provide any type of event history, that definitely helps the suppliers that are looking at your event. You know, what did this event do in the past? How many people came? If you know what the peak room nights are, largest meeting space, it just really helps them to see, does the meeting really fit in their property. Once you've created the event, then Meeting Evolution, we create the RFP. So the event is kind of the parent record. Very generic information, and then the RFP really gets into the details of your event. We can set preferred meeting dates. Sometimes the meeting dates are a subset of the event dates. Include your sleeping room block by room type by day. Include your meeting agenda, so your registration, your offices and storage, breakfast, lunch, dinner, meeting space, breakouts, including custom questions. Meeting Evolution has the ability to manage questions not only per RFP, but also at the meeting requester level, so at the planning organization level too. So if you wanted to add unlimited questions from that perspective. Also, so when you put all that information together, we have our own supplier database, 100,000 properties worldwide, based upon location, total sleeping rooms, largest meeting space, and more. That can be criteria that you search against our database. Just make you aware, Meeting Evolution has been producing industry standard event specs since 2007. So for those of you that are aware, with APEX or the Convention Industry Council effort. So some of the reporting that we have available, you can see a list here. And we're going to go ahead and show you some of those reports that are available. So common, side-by-side reporting and so forth. But the compare room rate response down at the bottom, I think you're going to find that really interesting because of the information that we can bring together, because of the information that we capture within Meeting Evolution. So here's an example of a response summary. You can see the properties that have responded by date. If they're providing a first option, a second option, or an alternate date, this report can be exported to Microsoft Word. Here's a side-by-side report. This is a pretty detailed view of the property's response. The ability to export this report to Excel does exist. Here's an example, kind of a zoomed-in view of a property's response. This includes what their room rate that they're offering for this particular RFP. Also bringing an average contracted rate around that specific date at this hotel for your organization, including average response rate. Maybe other meeting planners within your organization are searching this same hotel for that same date range. And then maybe your procurement department, business travel, has a pre-negotiated rate at a particular hotel. And so within the screen right here, we're able to show the response rate for this particular RFP, average contracted rate, average response rate for other meeting planners in your organization that hotel, and then also bringing in business travel rate information to kind of help you from 4 points of data within your organization. How does this rate compare? Also, cost analysis. What's it going to cost me to go to this hotel over the date range? You can include, we have food and beverage information. It does include room tax, service charge, and food tax. So a good picture to begin that process of understanding what your budget is going to be to go to this hotel over those dates. Also, kind of a breakdown of the event budget based upon different categories. You can see towards the bottom what the estimated budget per person was after we put some spend in the system, what the preliminary per person is, and then ultimately coming out with the difference. So some reporting available to you. So now what we're doing is getting into confirming that the hotel has the sleeping rooms and meeting space. So these are some of the reports and functionality that Meeting Evolution provides for you during we call it the space hold step in the process, because you're confirming that the property has the right sleeping rooms and meeting space. So here's an example of a meeting space comparison grid. You can see along the top level there for breakfast, it's set in 200 people with set in crescent rounds. We're asking for 4,000 square feet. So the hotel came back and said, we're going to put that in Salon A, and that's 2,500 square feet. You can see that that's the color yellow to help you determine that that property and that specific space doesn't work for that function. So it's a different view to verify the property has the right space for your meeting, and this information can be exported to Excel. Here's another view of the same information. You'll notice on the left hand side are the functions, along the top are the days, and if you're dealing with a relatively complex meeting, a 4, 5, 6 day event with maybe 150, 200 functions, this is a nice view to help determine if we have any holes within our agenda, and this too can be exported to Excel to work with. So once we've determined we're going to focus on a particular property, we would start the contract negotiations process. You can see you can start documenting cost savings that I've negotiated. Previous reports of, have we contracted with this hotel before? When? How much was it? How can I leverage it in my current and future negotiations? During the award RFP process, you have the opportunity to upload the countersigned contracts, so you'll have access to previously countersigned contracts, and also the ability for Meeting Evolution to manage your custom contract template within our configuration module. Provides a lot of consistency. Legal departments love it because it's your contract, it's your legal department's approved verbiage that you start the negotiations process with. So it's very powerful. A lot of our customers take advantage of this capability. So some of the reporting that we have available, we're going to show you some of these reports here shortly, but this is just a quick and high level view of some of the reports that Meeting Evolution is able to provide for our customers. So here's an example of a cost saving summary report, and then if you were to drill down into a year, it then breaks it down into what those 200 meetings were for 2011 as an example. If you wanted to know what is my spend by chain by year as an example, you can see headers along the top. Is it hotel spend, meeting spend, average room rate? The column headers are all sortable, so we can click on that and that will resort the information. Another report that we are able to provide is spend by location. Where are we spending our money? So I can leverage that in my current and future negotiations, maybe with the CVBs that I work with, and so forth. So I hope that gave you a good overview of the capabilities of our sourcing. It's not all, it's just highlights, if you will, within the process. I hope that I get to have a conversation with you soon in regards to a demo of Meeting Evolution. You can see my contact information on the screen. Thank you for your time.